The essence of bullshit is that the person who produces doesn't really care whether what he's saying is true or false. He's not engaged in the enterprise of conveying information or in deceiving people. He's engaged in the enterprise of manipulating opinions, manipulating attitudes and feelings, and he will say whatever he thinks will be effective in that respect, regardless of whether it's true or false. He's not interested in telling the truth, nor is he interested in lying or in conveying falsehood. The whole question of whether something is true or false is a matter of total indifference to him. We live in a marketing society. We live in a society in which everybody is trying to sell something. They're trying to sell a product or a person or a policy or a program. And in the enterprise of trying to sell things, one is trying to get people to buy them. And that means manipulating or at least affecting their beliefs, affecting their attitudes, affecting their feelings, affecting the way in which they respond to whatever it is that you are trying to sell. There's so much of this that it has become normal. We tend to tolerate it without much resistance or resentment. If somebody tells a lie, we feel violated. We feel that some kind of real offense has been committed. When we encounter somebody who is producing bullshit, we may be irritated. We may turn away with an irritated shrug, but we don't feel that there's some kind of punishment is in order. If a political figure, if someone in high public office is caught lying or is caught telling what seems to people to be a lie, there's a tremendous commotion. There are irate letters to the editor, there are angry editorials in the papers, there are inquiries by the Senate or by the House. All sorts of things go on. There may even be a grand jury convened that leads to an indictment. If a politician is caught bullshitting, people say, well, what do you expect? It's sort of that's the way the game is played. We don't take it seriously in the same way as we take lying, although, in my view, and this is one of the points I tried to make in the book, bullshit is a more insidious threat to our culture, to our civilization, than lying is, because bullshit encourages and normalizes, if that's a word, makes people accept as normal indifference to the truth. It undermines our general feeling that truth is important and that it warrants respect and concern. The liar is not like that. The liar actually is concerned about the truth. He can't tell a lie unless he believes he knows what's true. There is nothing in the activity of lying that encourages people to stop taking truth seriously. On the contrary, we take it very seriously, as is indicated by the fact that we respond so vehemently when we discover or feel we've discovered that a lie has been told, whereas we don't respond with the same intensity of feeling, the same sense of being injured or offended when we encounter somebody who is giving us bullshit. I said that one of the reasons why there is so much bullshit, perhaps the basic reason, is because we live in a marketing society. We also live in a society in which there's an enormous amount of talk. There are professional talkers on talk shows, on shows with talking heads, on programs on the radio and on TV, as well as in the print media and in Hollywood, in which people are paid to talk. So they go on talking, and they go on talking beyond the point at which they know what they're talking about. And the result of that is inevitably and inescapably that they begin producing bullshit. And they can't stop talking because if they stop talking, they don't get paid. So this is another feature of our culture that is responsible for the prevalence and the persistence of bullshit. There's another consideration which I mentioned in the book. I'm a little uneasy about it because it may have implications that are disturbing, but part of the reason why there's so much bullshit is because we suppose, or at least many of us do, that it's the duty of a citizen, of a good citizen, to have opinions about everything. You can't have an opinion about everything that's well informed. You can't have an opinion about everything that's based on a careful analysis of the relevant data. The result is, if you feel you have to have an opinion about everything, that you're going to have lots of opinions that are nothing more than bullshit.